This video is brought to you by Roll for Combat, an official Paizo actual play podcast. Visit rollforcombat.com today to listen to Agents of Edgewatch and join Basil, Dougie, Gomez, and Lomang as they protect and serve the citizens of Absalom from a mysterious and diabolical plot. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today's topic is every worshipper of Caden Kalian's favorite subject, getting drunk. And how does that work in a game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition? Well, the answer to that is going to be found on page 120 of the Game Mastery Guide, and this is going to be the section that deals with drugs. And the specific type of drug that we're going to be focusing on for this discussion is going to be alcohol. So alcohol is a level 0 alchemical poison, and as such, when a person consumes it, when they're exposed to it, they will have to make a fortitude saving throw in order to resist the effects of it, and if they fail, then they fall under the effects of the listed affliction, just like any other affliction. Now, first off, alcohol is a drug. It does have the drug trait. It's included in the drug section of the Game Mastery Guide, which means whenever you consume it, you have to make an additional fortitude save against addiction. Now, the addiction rules, I think, will call for a deeper discussion than what I want to have today in this video, so I'm going to save discussing everything to do with addiction for a later video. So when you first consume alcohol, you have to make a fortitude save versus DC 12. And if you succeed on that save, then you're not affected by the alcohol at all. If you fail that save, then after 10 minutes, you go to stage 1, and that's going to give you a +1 bonus against fear effects. And if you critically failed that save, then you go to stage 2 directly, which is going to give you a +1 versus save effects, but also make you flat-footed. Now, because alcohol has the drug trait, one of the features of the drug trait that is associated with the addiction rules is a character can voluntarily fail that first save on the first initial dose of the drug, of alcohol. So if a character is specifically wanting to drink a flagon of ale before going into a fight because they want to get that +1 save versus fear, they can say, you know, I'm not going to roll this save, I'm going to voluntarily fail it, and they immediately go. Well, they wouldn't immediately go, but after 10 minutes they would go to stage 1, which is +1 versus fear effects. Now, beyond that, the alcohol affliction is going to work pretty much like any other affliction, except it does call out that the severity of that affliction does not get worse even on failed saving throws after the initial exposure unless you consume more alcohol, in which case you're going to do another initial save when you consume that alcohol, and based on that save, then you could increase the stage of the alcohol affliction that you're suffering from. So for example, if you take your first dose of alcohol, make your fortitude save versus DC 12, we'll say you fail it, so after the onset period of 10 minutes, you're going to be at stage 1. Now that stage has another period of 10 minutes. Now if during that 10 minutes you do not drink any more alcohol, then at that end of that 10-minute period, you're going to make your next fortitude save, and if you succeed on that save, then you are going to reduce the severity of that affliction by 1 stage and go from stage 1 to stage 0, in which case you're no longer afflicted by the alcohol affliction. If you fail that save, then you do not increase to stage 2 like you normally would. Instead, it just stays at stage 1 for another 10 minutes, at which time you'll need to make another fortitude save. Now, if during that 10 minutes you drink another alcoholic beverage, then this is another exposure to the poison that is alcohol, and you would need to make another DC 12 fortitude save. And if you fail that, because this is a new dose of the poison, then it would increase the stage on a failure and increase the stage by 2 on a critical failure. So again, interesting text on alcohol. You can only increase the stage through additional doses. It will not increase by just merely failing those saves after the initial dose. Now again, I'm not a drinker, so I don't have a real frame or reference for this, but a lot of people online seem to call out that DC 12 sounds really weak for alcohol. Maybe this is level 0, and so maybe it's even watered down. A level 0 DC is typically 14. This is a DC 12, so maybe at this tavern they water it down a little bit. But if you want to, as a GM, you can create new alcoholic beverages. You can increase the DC. You might want to use the DC chart for setting the DC of alcohol. For example, Elven Absinthe is a level 5 beverage, and it has a corresponding DC of DC 20 for its fortitude saves. So you could create any beverage you want using the alcohol rules, just increase the DC based on whatever item level you think is appropriate for that beverage. Also note, another feature of alcohol and alcohol afflictions is you cannot improve or recover from the sickened condition while you are under the effects of alcohol. So if your severity of the alcohol affliction has progressed to a point where you gain the sickened condition, you cannot get any benefit from retching until the alcohol is passed. So typically, under the sickened condition, you can spend an action to retch and try to lower the severity or remove the sickened condition. But with alcohol, as long as you are affected by that affliction, retching will do you no good. You'll have to wait until you get back to stage 0 and remove the affliction before you can retch to remove the sickened condition that was imposed by being drunk. If you guys could do me the favor of clicking the like button on this video and leaving your comments and suggestions for future rule reminder topics, I would appreciate it. And as always, I want to say thank you to everybody out there who supports me by subscribing to this channel and subscribing to my Patreon, sharing these videos with your friends. Thank you so much to the community for supporting me. And with that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.